Soldier Girls, authored by Helen Thorpe, is a gripping non-fiction narrative delving into the lives of three women in the military across a span of 12 years. Thorpe, renowned for her expertise in multiculturalism, immigration, and America's global relations, offers a vivid portrayal of these women's experiences. Written in a compelling narrative style, the book intricately explores the personal trials and triumphs of its central characters. The New York Times Book Review hails Soldier Girls as a groundbreaking work, transcending mere depiction of women's military experiences to become a significant piece of American history. Thorpe's narrative prowess shines through as she delves into the lives of her protagonists, capturing the essence of their journey with finesse. Part 1 of the book unfolds in Indiana during the years 2001 to 2003, focusing primarily on Michelle Fisher's enlistment in the National Guard and her subsequent training. At 20 years old, Michelle is drawn to the Guard by the promise of full college tuition, housing allowance, and an enrollment bonus, despite initially not envisioning herself as a military member. Accompanied by her boyfriend Noah, who also enlists, Michelle embarks on a journey that leads her through various placement tests and rigorous training. Her military journey is intertwined with glimpses into her personal life, highlighting her complex relationships with her family, particularly her mother, and her somewhat distant military father. As Michelle navigates the challenges of being a woman in a predominantly male environment during her training in Chesapeake Bay, Maryland, the narrative is punctuated by the seismic events of 9/11, profoundly impacting both her personal and military life. Michelle's father's tumultuous marital history includes 6 marriages to 4 different women, coupled with his heavy drinking and episodes of domestic turmoil that once required police intervention. Financial support for the family is inconsistent at best. Thorpe also recounts a childhood trauma where Michelle's dress ignites, resulting in nearly a year-long hospitalization. The narrative traces Michelle's life from her formative years through high school and college, ultimately leading to her decision to enlist in the military. The subsequent chapter delves into Debbie Helton's life. Her father, also a military figure serving as a drill sergeant in the Army, shapes her upbringing. Joining the National Guard at 32, Debbie becomes one of the longest-serving women in the Guard by 2001 at the age of 49. Stationed as a weapons specialist in Indiana, she assumes a maternal role for some of the men at the base. Before enlisting, Debbie grapples with her identity, torn between traditionally masculine interests and her cosmetology degree. Her relationship with Jeff is explored, highlighting her insecurities regarding her perceived lack of femininity, such as her aversion to domestic duties. Seeking a sense of belonging, Debbie finds solace in the military community. The narrative then introduces Deesma Brooks, who, in her mid-20s, joins the military on a dare, seeking purpose in the absence of clear life goals. A mother of 3, she relinquishes custody to a relative to pursue her military aspirations. Upon her return after a 2-year deployment, Deesma finds her children struggling and resentful. This section culminates as these 3 women converge in training, embarking on their respective journeys into wartime experiences. Following the events of 9/11, women are mobilized to partake in military campaigns, initially deployed to Afghanistan. Despite lingering resentment, the women of their battalion, comprising roughly a third of all soldiers compared to men, assimilate into similar lifestyles, including alcohol consumption and extramarital affairs, to cope with the anticipation of battle. Although Deesma and Michelle are not single, they engage in affairs with fellow soldiers during their time in Iraq. Debbie, maintaining her nurturing demeanor, becomes a trusted confidant for many. She listens to one soldier's account of an unwanted pregnancy and another's ordeal involving a leaked sex tape. Throughout their experiences, the women on the base endure varying degrees of sexual harassment, constantly besieged by unwanted advances and unchecked libido from their male counterparts. Deesma returns home bearing significant PTSD but is redeployed to Iraq, where the campaign proves even more grueling. She lives in constant fear of sexual assault from fellow soldiers and faces ostracization within her battalion, resulting in inadequate training. Ultimately, she requests a transfer. Despite differences in their personal reflections on the value of their time at war, all 3 women unanimously agree on the unwavering bond and solidarity they shared. Their mutual support as women significantly shaped their experiences. Soldier Girls diverges from typical war narratives by emphasizing personal relationships over combat. While the women in the military often emulate their male counterparts and engage in similar behaviors, The book sheds light on the heightened dangers and challenges faced by women in a predominantly male military culture. Thorpe highlights the role of rank, illustrating how high-ranking male officers frequently escape consequences for sexual harassment and assault. Additionally, the book tackles subjects like PTSD, typically associated only with men, amplifying the voices of women in the discourse on military experiences, a perspective often marginalized. Thorpe's work lays bare the hardships endured by these women, underscoring the broader cultural and institutional factors that contribute to their precarious situation. By incorporating the voices of women, Soldier Girls enriches the conversation surrounding the military experience, offering insight into the unique struggles faced by female soldiers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.